When you eat a lollipop, it becomes digested into simple sugars that enter your cells. These sugars are then converted into a chemical compound called acetyl-CoA, represented as the red beaker in this video. The acetyl-CoA enters a cascade of reactions that produce cellular energy called ATP. ATP units, represented as coins in this video, then power your muscles and vital organs, such as your heart. When times are good and people feast, the excess sugars that are consumed become converted into fat. In contrast, during calorie restriction diets, excess body fat stores break down into the same acetyl-CoA that's made from lollipops. But if your body burns sugar and fat to produce the same acetyl-CoA, why does a lower calorie diet not easily lead to rapid fat loss? Why do people feel tired when they calorie restrict on a normal diet? The answer has to do with insulin. Sugar consumption on a typical diet, even when calorie restricting, induces insulin secretion. Insulin is a hormone that stores fat and prevents its breakdown. Think of it as a fat hoarder. People who make more insulin tend to pack on more fat, while naturally skinny people make less insulin. From an evolutionary standpoint, as in the Ice Ages, when sugar-bearing fruit were in low supply, people that produced the most insulin while maintaining the highest blood sugar held a reproductive advantage. We call descendants of these survivors type 2 diabetics today, but I digress. So when people calorie restrict while continuing to eat sugar, the insulin they secrete steals some of that sugar and stores it as fat, and it blocks some of the existing body fat from being used up. This occurs at the expense of slowing down metabolism. With a slower metabolism, it makes it difficult to lose weight without feeling groggy. This is why most calorie restriction diets ultimately fail. So what can you do about that? An ideal solution would be to deliberately reduce your insulin secretion. The most practical way to do that is to avoid eating sugar. Lower calorie consumption along with lower insulin secretion should be the golden ticket for fat loss, and it is. As people consume less calories and lower their insulin at the same time, the amount of acetyl-CoA actually levels off due to a gradual transition to burning fat. This takes about a week, as the body's fat-burning enzymes ramp up, and fat becomes the predominant fuel source for the body. If you add exercise, then the fat loss becomes accelerated. Finally, once the body becomes metabolically fat-adapted, and a person maintains a steady energy level fueled by fat, the practice of intermittent fasting comes naturally and leads to exponential fat loss. The key to success is to not mix fuels and sabotage the body's fat-burning machinery by intermittently consuming sugars. Once again, that fat-burning machinery takes days to wind up and can quickly unravel by eating sugars. Nobody wants to hit a wall and torture themselves, and this is why the key to successful fat loss depends on insulin control, whether fasting or not. Thank you for watching.